What's up, Viking Nation? Welcome to the SKOL Report. It's your boy Valhalla, and we've got breaking news into the SKOL Report newsroom. Jim, owned by Ohio State, Harbaugh, to interview for the Minnesota Vikings head coaching position. Just came in earlier today. First one to report it was Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk, or ProFootballTalk.com. And he's saying that the Vikings will give Jim Harbaugh an interview with the organization in the coming days here. Not a shocker. A lot of people had predicted this going into the hiring cycle here. There is some overlap with our new general manager and Harbaugh at the 49ers. And so while it was a little bit of an overlap, it's an overlap. So now the rumors are going that Harbaugh will come in, interview, and it seems to me that the talk among the Viking faithful is kind of mixed. I mean, whether they're for it or whether they're against it. But one thing I'd like to do on these videos when we're doing stuff is every day we've got people put out videos, and it's a rush to get to report that something's occurring, but it's really all it is just a regurgitation of other people's information. I'd like to find the pulse of the Viking fans right now as we speak. So there's no better way to do that than to go to the Twitter tweets and find out what's going on in Twitter land. So let's go to the alternate screen here. All right, and I've done a search here for Harbaugh and the Vikings. Let's go to the top comments first of all. So there's where the news broke. It broke from ProFootballTalk.com, and now ESPN's running with it too. Matter of fact, everybody's running with it. That Harbaugh will interview with the Vikes to be their next head coach. To each their own, I guess. My personal opinion is it seems to me like it's kind of a little bit more of the same. But listen, we wanted change. We're going to get change one way or the other. And it could be an instance of the Vikings covering their bases, trying to have more than one option after they finish all these interviews. Because I still think O'Connell with the Rams is a highly thought of individual as well for the next head coach for the Vikings. But Harbaugh's going to get his bite at the apple. And let's see what folks are saying about it. This guy here from SKTPC says the Harbaugh interview means one of two things. Either Harbaugh is seriously interested in coaching the Vikings, or he is simply using it as leverage to get a better deal with Michigan. I've heard a lot of that. Rick here says if the Vikings get Harbaugh, no matter what else happens in this offseason, I'd say they hit a home run. Great GM and great coach. Vikings Daily puts out the Vikings will be interviewing Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh per Pro Football Talk. We've got everybody chiming in with their belief here. But yeah, I think it's just the Vikings getting another option at the head coaching position personally. On my end here, it seems to me like it's a little bit more of the same, a little bit more of the authoritarian mindset, an older gentleman, older than me, if that's even possible. But I don't know. I don't know if this is the answer, but it is obviously one of the options at this point. Lots of talk still in Vikings land about what to do with Cousins, and that'll be something that the next head coach will have to decide. Harbaugh does have a history of being somewhat successful with quarterbacks. Alex Smith kind of revived his career with the 49ers and then was the first one to give Colin Kaepernick a chance too, and they went to a Super Bowl with that combination. So I guess we just never know. Let's see what the man on the street saying though. These are the featured headlines on Twitter. What about the latest? What are they saying at the time of this video? Adam West checks in, says, why is there so much discussion about the Vikings interviewing Harbaugh? Like way more than the 8-ish people that had the same interview. Good point. OOC a.k.a. at Fire Zimmer, says all the excitement about Jim Harbaugh, amazing. Vikings fans are willing it into existence. Props to Quessy for getting the base fired up. There's another one talking about the leverage. Now, I know from reading things that Harbaugh has notified Michigan that he does have the interview. So we talked about how he could be using this as leverage. But yeah, it seems to me like the excitement factor for Harbaugh is probably about 70% for and about 30% against. That's what it seems to be for me. But correct me if I'm wrong. But it's really just one line that's being repeated over and over and over again, that Harbaugh will get interviewed. And then it talks about how that there was overlap with him and the new general manager at San Francisco. Viking Central says if you're not intrigued by Harbaugh, you're doing it wrong. He won wherever he's been. Well, he has won, but the other thing that he's done everywhere he's been is his teams have continually choked in the big game. Just ask Ohio State. His teams have continually choked in the big game. I think he's like the most talked about head coach that never wins anything. But I don't know. Maybe that's just my take, y'all. Maybe that's just my take. And I'm not saying that if the Vikings were to hire him that I would be out on Harbaugh. I would just saying that he's not the direction I thought we'd go. I was really looking forward to us going with one of these young offensive coordinators from one of the teams that have been doing it in today's NFL. But time will tell, y'all. Time will tell. But I want to thank everybody for joining us for today's video here on the SKOL Report. I'm going to try to do more videos here on the channel, as I mentioned, going forward. And we'll try to jump in as often as we can. I doubt I'll ever be the guy to do it first. But I promise you I'll be the guy that does it and gives you my opinion on the whole thing. But until then, comment on the video here, the comment section below. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and as always, turn on them bell notifications so you know when Valhalla Sports Talk goes online. Listen, we will have 2 live streams tomorrow for both the AFC and NFC championship games, so join us. We have a lot of fun in those live streams, and I look forward to seeing y'all. Until then, SKOL to the bowl.